A team with a championship past hopes to keep their undefeated season alive for the first time in over 3 decades.
This is a big game for our team, important game for our team. Could be a turning point in the season.
A student athlete from Africa moves to America in hopes of providing his family with a better life.
He's an example for all of us.
A top 5 matchup between two WCAC powers that promises not to disappoint.
Hello everyone, welcome to InRide.com's High Def High School, brought to you by Quality Chiropractic. I'm Alex Parker, in for Joe Ball. More on that in a moment. Chad Ricardo is here as always. We don't do a show if Chad Ricardo's not here. I just made that rule up. If he ain't here, we can't do High Def High School.
I love it.
Here's the deal. Massive week around the DMV. As the weather has cooled off a bit, the playoff races are heating up. We've got some teams sort of angling to get into the postseason. We got a few select teams that are so elite that they are thinking not just for the postseason, they're thinking home field advantage throughout. Chad, big week.
Huge week for high school football here in the DMV, Alex. In the Maryland State playoffs, you had a game between Northwest and Quince Orchard. We previewed that last week. It went down last night. And then, of course, in the WCAC, a game with both regional as well as national implications. You had DeMatha taking on number 1 St. John's. Big-time football games. Alex, you spoke to the fact that Joe Ball is not here. That's because he got married last night in Northern Virginia. We may hear a little bit from him later on. He may even pick a couple of games, but we can get back to the football.
Only Joe Ball would be in the midst of a honeymoon and still sort of be thinking, picking games on High Def High School.
Joe Ball, ladies and gentlemen.
Nobody like him. Chad, big time show, big time week all around the DMV. Let's roll with this thing.
We talked about it here, St. John's DeMatha. This is 2 coaches who have been a part of the WCAC for years. Of course, Coach Pat Ward. We talked about him 19 years at St. John's, leading the number 1 ranked cadets into battle versus number 5 DeMatha. Coach Bill McGregor, potentially the most historic head coach in all of high school sports, but especially here in the DMV. That's our game of the week. Let's take a look at that.
6-0, number 1 ranked St. John's, traveling to PG County to take on 6-1, number 5 DeMatha. We were looking for a heavyweight tilt, and that's exactly what we got. Arturo Mattox bringing down Brendan White. Later in the first, Denzel Gardner completes it to KJ Winston, but Rohan Davey quickly asked him to take a seat. Second quarter now, 0-0. Impressive freshman Denzel Gardner. He's got time to go up top. Penn State commit KJ Winston. What future is to mumble rap, Winston is to the Stags offense. 7-0 DeMatha. First time the cadets have trailed all year. Closing moments of the half, and the cadets look to answer. Senior quarterback Wyatt Hagan on the scramble. Hagan then connects to Asa Gregg. And like he was shot out of a cannon, High Def Heisman nominee Jamar Curtis takes it to the house. 7-7 at the end of 2. Q3 and the cadets' defense took it to another level. Zabari Sandy skying high, showing off his athleticism and his ball skills with the pick. Great teams make you pay for turnovers. Hagan on the scramble, looking for his main man DJ Lincolns, and DJ Lincolns does the rest. That young man is having one heck of a season. Somebody offer him today, bro. Today. 14-7 cadets. Fourth quarter, and Kendall Sims knifing through with a big tackle for loss on 3rd down. And on 4th down with under 4 minutes to go, DeMatha deep in St. John's territory, but Isaiah Smith applies the pressure, forcing the errant throw. Cadets take over on downs, and they would go on to win this one by a final score of 14-7. St. John's marches on. The battle for Montgomery County, and by the looks of things, all of Gaithersburg and Germantown were in the building. As the kids would say, it was lit. Rivalry renewed, and it feels so good. Number 6 Quince Orchard visited number 8 Northwest in what promised to be a barn burner. Black Hole is ready. Red Army is ready. Let's get it on. Pick it up in the first, and the Jags defense has been great all season. They came into this one allowing a total of 23 points, but that would change. Cougars have done a great job this year getting the ball into the hands of their playmakers. Syracuse commit Donovan Brown in the Wildcat. Nasty stiff arm. Turns Lorfels around, and the track star long strides his way into the end zone. 7-0 Quince Orchard. Northwest has been masterful at turning defense into points, and Savon Briggs almost finds out why. Derek Adams on the monster hit. Chris Woods picks it up, and Iverson Howard on the touchdown-saving tackle. In the third, the Cougars came out feasting. Jalen Harvey and that edge pressure giving Lorfels no time to look downfield. The Cougars' offense began to display their dominance. That polished offensive line opens the hole for Iverson Howard, who gets it done despite losing his shoe. Did I tell you Iverson's a freshman? By his sophomore year, he'll be much better at tying those shoes. After another 3 and out, the Jags were forced to punt, but don't punt to 21. Don't punt to 21. Whatever you do, don't. They punted to 21. Jalen Husky with a nice return. Giving QO good field position, and you give Johnny Castro good field position, he knows what to do with it. Into the open field, it's 17-0 Cougars, and who saw this coming? With losses by DeMatha and South County, Quince Orchard is going to be climbing the charts. Here's Vandy commit Steven Saniola putting the icing on the cake. 31-0 Cougars. There was a lot of back and forth before the game. The Cougars used it for motivation.
And coming up, girls high school sports in the DMV. Are we doing enough to cover them? And how can we do more?
The Fairfax Lions are 6-0. They came into this week 6-0 for the first time in about 3 decades. We'll check in with Fairfax as they faced their biggest test of the season.
That's right, Alex. And for one student athlete at Archbishop Carroll, earning a college scholarship means more than changing his life. It may change the trajectory of student athletes in his entire country.
Hold it, partner. You're sitting on a pile of gold. Your car's never been worth more, and we're giving you a way to cash in. At InRide, we buy cars. Problem is, inventory's tough to come by. So now, we're upping the ante. If your car was worth $3 grand, we'll give you 5. If it was worth 10, we'll give you 15. We'll even buy at your lease and pay you thousands in cash. You can just take the money and run. And we'll give you the best offer or give you $500. We'll even bring a check right to your door. Cash in your ride with InRide.
That felt good. That was a good
If
one.
you've got arms, legs, a back, if you've got a body, period, you're going to need quality care. And the team at Quality Chiropractic treat you like family, and they heal people.
I love being here at Dr. DeMatha, the girls in the front desk. They make you feel like family when you come in every time.
Healing whole people, not just backs. Quality Chiropractic is here for you. Call now and book your appointment. Quality Chiropractic, adjusting the quality of your life.
As always, we've got all the Friday feels right here on High Def High School. Welcome back to the show. I'm Alex Barker. Privileged to be sitting in for the one and only Joe Ball. Joe Ball got married last night. And only Joe Ball would still be up for, I think, weighing in on High Def High School amidst the nuptials.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Alex and Chad, you guys look great. I'd love to be there today, but I'm got something better going on. I want to introduce you to some great folks. This is my bride, Camille Ball now. Camille DeMatha. And somebody else dropped by tonight. Our own ABC7's Victoria Sanchez. And 100 of our fabulous favorite friends. Back to you guys. Have a great weekend. I wish I could be there, but I'm going to Costa Rica. Have fun.
Before we do more football, and we will, Chad introduces us to a young man in the district with a special mission.
Joseph Mapoye, a student athlete at Archbishop Carroll High School, came to the United States to play basketball, but what we found out is he's so much more than just an athlete.
If you have all the success and you make it to the league, let's say, what would you do? He said, Coach, I would take care of my family, I would take care of my country. I would build my family a house, and I would build hospitals and schools.
Joseph Mupoy, the uber-talented edge rusher at Archbishop Carroll, whose story off the field is even bigger than his game on it.
I would say he's an example for all of us.
A native of Congo, Mupoy left his home at the age of 15 in hopes that one day he could provide his family with a better life.
My mom wants me do good education. She wants me to be graduated in America.
Getting an education here in the United States can change his trajectory.
Leaving his loved ones behind to place himself in a position to give back. Initially came to America to play basketball. But despite excelling on the hardwood, Vicky always heard another sport calling his name.
I have my friends, like, she watch football. She tell me every time, yeah, you big, you can play football. I say, I don't know that. What's that?
Under the tutelage of Carroll basketball coach Mike Powell, Vicky asked if he could give the gridiron a shot.
He passes the eye test. He's a 6'6", 225-pound defensive end. His very first day, we put him out on the 7-man sled, and the thing was raising up. It was like, oh yeah, we can definitely do something with this kid.
And it didn't take long for Carroll's coaches to see Vicky's natural talent, but what wowed them was his discipline, determination, and work ethic.
Zero chill. He has no stop button. You can tell that he has a different goal in mind for what he wants.
It was during the WCAC's COVID-abbreviated spring season that Mupoy would have his first opportunity to test everything that he'd learned against an actual opponent.
My first scrimmage, I feel like scared.
And I said, if you perform against Gonzaga, you'll get an offer.
Mupoy did play well, relentlessly applying pressure. And Coach Quick was right. Vicky did receive an offer from Mike Loxley at the University of Maryland.
I called my mom. She cried.
Now in the midst of his first full season, Vicky's game continues to grow, his play garnering the attention of myriad Power 5 schools.
He came to America to go to college for free. If we had more young people like him, we would be in a better state.
It has been a while since Fairfax High School dominated in the DMV in football. Got to go back to 2013, the last time Fairfax even had a winning record, Chad.
That's unbelievable. And Coach Trey Taylor, of course, has been there throughout it all, Alex, throughout the entire COVID ordeal as well. This now just his 4th season. Halfway through, he entered this weekend undefeated. Let's take a look at Fairfax.
The Fairfax High School football program has been dominant.
Late 90s, it was a dominant team.
But that was a long time ago.
I believe somebody said 1989 or 1991. I haven't looked it up.
4th-year head coach Trey Taylor has turned this program around. The Lions came into this week 6-0 for the first time in over 3 decades. This week, they prepared a game plan for their biggest test of the season, the Lake Braddock Bruins.
This is a big game for our team, important game for our team. Could be a turning point of the season.
Quarterback Jake Worthen leads an offense that has put up more than 37 points per game. He is cool, poised, patient. But so far, he's been protected. This week, he'll face a pass rush and pressure like he hasn't seen so far this season.
I don't think there's any major adjustments, so we're just focused on playing our game, playing as fast as possible, and that's it.
The brightest spot on this team is Tony Rojas.
He's always been a special athlete. Even on the youth football teams they were on together, he was always the special kid.
He's being heavily recruited by Penn State, Virginia Tech, Boston College, Ole Miss, and a number of other SEC schools.
He's a freak in the weight room. When you combine a 4'4" with that kind of strength, I mean, he can make things happen.
Worthen has 2 really quick and sure-handed receivers in Amir Green and Zamarian Williams.
Different situation, you want a different guy. You want someone burning someone, you got Amir. Z is one of the best route runners I know.
It's an exciting time in Fairfax. This week should be a battle as Daniel Lepovsky and the Bruins come into town.
So last night we had an opportunity to go out and see that game as they took on Lake Braddock.
Lake Braddock Bruins, coming off of that heartbreaking loss to Robinson last week, travels to play undefeated Fairfax. Yes, you heard me correctly. Undefeated Fairfax. This would turn out to be non-stop action, my new favorite player, Daniel Lepofsky, slinging it to his favorite target, Dylan Corey, and you can't stop Dylan Corey. In fact, Fairfax isn't even coming close to containing him. Pushed out of bounds inside the red zone. They're not intimidated. Amir Green goes down the sidelines. Later in the drive, it's running Tony Rojas, getting the edge and getting into the end zone for the score. We're knotted at 7. In the second, junior QB Jacob Worthen scrambles to his left, then decides to do it himself. Fairfax takes the lead. No lead is safe, though, with D-Lips in the gun. Lepofsky to Walker, who beat the corner so bad he was almost not in the picture. Do you like big plays? Because I like big plays. Amir Green flips the field on this jet sweep, leading to the field goal and a 17-14 Fairfax lead. Third quarter, and after another Lepofsky to Walker touchdown made it 24-17, Rojas tying it up. The Braddock running game would prove to be too much though, bro. After adding a field goal, DJ Lawrence breaking off a big run, setting up Emmanuel Adamaco, who puts the Bruins up 34-24 with 1 minute remaining in the third. Fast forward to late in the fourth, trailing by 7, fourth down inside the 20, but Cade Fitzgerald and Rob Monahan combined to stop Rojas from running. Victory formation for the Bruins, 34-27. Lake Braddock is your winner.
Coming up, Chad and I will look ahead to next week's ball games.
And girls athletics in the DMV, some of the top in the nation, but are we doing enough to showcase them?
Stay right there. High Def High School is still in session right after this break.
Hold it, partner. You're sitting on a pile of gold. Your car's never been worth more, and we're giving you a way to cash in. At InRide, we buy cars. Problem is, inventory's tough to come by. So now, we're up in the ante. If your car was worth $3,000, we'll give you $5,000. If it was worth $10,000, we'll give you $15,000. We'll even buy at your lease and pay you thousands in cash. You can just take the money and run. And we'll give you the best offer or give you $500. We'll even bring a check right to your door. Cash in your ride with InRide.
That felt good. That was a good
If
one.
you've got arms, legs, a back, if you've got a body, period, you're going to need quality care. And the team at Quality Chiropractic treat you like family, and they heal people.
I love being here at Dr. DeMatha, the girls in the front desk. They make you feel like family when you come in every time.
Healing whole people, not just backs. Quality Chiropractic is here for you. Call now and book your appointment. Quality Chiropractic, adjusting the quality of your life.
Welcome back to High Def High School. I'm Alex Parker in for Joe Ball this week. This next topic hits home for me.
Sure.
Chad, I've got a daughter that plays high school softball.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's any mystery that perhaps shows like ours, coverage like ours, this mission to cover the best of high school football every week, high school sports every week. I don't know that we do enough for the young women out there that are doing their thing so well.
And Alex Parker, that is exactly what it is that we discussed this week. Are we doing enough? How can we do more? And to that point, how can the student athletes themselves help to bring attention to them? Coach Steve Turner, of course, of Gonzaga Hoops, as well as USA U16 gold medal winner Josh Morgan Green, Mr. Triple Threat himself, and President and CEO of March of Dimes, Miss Stacy Stewart. Guys, thank you for joining us. This, of course, is the Grill Crew. I want to talk about the other side of student athletes here in the DMV area. That, of course, is girls sports. We are home to some of the most prevalent and most dominant girls sports in the country. But my question for us here is, are we doing enough to cover and to promote female athletics here in the DMV?
I think in general, you know, we have to do more to lift up girls sports. I mean, even when you look at the games that people go to, there's so many more folks that go to boys games than the girls games. So, and we have so much talent, as you mentioned, the DMV, some great girls who deserve to be lifted up. So I want to join everybody to join me and others to really make sure we shine an even greater spotlight on the girl athletes in this region who are just amazing.
Coach, you were shaking your head no.
I don't think there's enough being done. I mean, certainly I've tried my best through my podcast to be able to bring some of the young women in the area on, and even some of the adult women in the sports world and in different fields. I think there's so much more that we could be doing and should be doing to be able to promote them.
Josh, from a creative's perspective, because one of the things that I love to see is that there are more young lady creatives on the scene. You see them on the sidelines, whether they're taking pictures or shooting video as well. What is it that led you to making sure that you were on the sidelines at some girls' games? You host girls' games as well.
Yeah, I mean, from going to games to triple threat training, we've been huge advocates of girls basketball. I have a daughter. The one thing that I say with Stacy, she covers all ranges. So not like, just the highlights, the key races, but she's going to the Ballous and the different schools. So that's a whole nother level that's not being covered. We have national events where we get girls that are nationally known. So that's great because the girls game needs coverage. But there's so many girls that need coverage that don't get it, from volleyball, basketball, even cheerleading. Like, you don't ever see cheerleading highlights or any pictures like that. So, and that's a sport you can get a scholarship for it. So I think we have to do a better job as a community of uplifting these young women, because if they aren't uplifted by us, then who will they be uplifted by?
Whether we're talking about the schools themselves, the videographers, or even the young ladies, there's a bevy of talent on the girls' side here in the DMV. We've all got to do a better job of bringing that to light. Thank you all for joining the Girl Crew. Alex, a very important conversation. Very happy that we had an opportunity to discuss that here on High Def High School.
Absolutely. If you want to see more of that Grill Crew conversation, go online, highdefhighschool.com. Frankly, we've archived all of Chad's Grill Crew conversations. Again, highdefhighschool.com. Right. Up next, Chad and I will look ahead to what promises to be another huge epic week around the DMV. That's that right after this.
Hold it, partner. You're sitting on a pile of gold. Your car's never been worth more, and we're giving you a way to cash in. At InRide, we buy cars. Problem is, inventory's tough to come by. So now, we're up in the ante. If your car was worth $3,000, we'll give you $5,000. If it was worth $10,000, we'll give you $15,000. We'll even buy at your lease and pay you thousands in cash. You can just take the money and run. And we'll give you the best offer or give you $500. We'll even bring a check right to your door. Cash in your ride with InRide.
That felt good. That was a good
If
one.
you've got arms, legs, a back, if you've got a body, period, you're going to need quality care. And the team at Quality Chiropractic treat you like family, and they heal people.
I love being here at Dr. DeMatha, the girls in the front desk. They make you feel like family when you come in every time.
Healing whole people, not just backs. Quality Chiropractic is here for you. Call now and book your appointment. Quality Chiropractic, adjusting the quality of your life.
Make sure you check us out online at highdefhigh.com. You can also find our YouTube channel just by searching High Def High School. Chad, it is never too early on High Def High School to look ahead to the massive matchups that will be happening next week.
Big time football here in the DMV.
Starting off, this is a game a lot of folks cannot wait for. We got in Northern Virginia, Battlefield. They have essentially dismantled everybody in their way this season. They're going to be on the road at Garfield. Your thoughts on this matchup?
Listen, Alex, I'm going to be honest with you here. At the beginning of the season, I was somewhat, how do they say, sleeping on this Battlefield team. But they've been impressive all season long. Coming into this past week, they had only allowed a total of 57 points. That helped catapult them into the High Def High School top 20. They're going to be taking on this Garfield squad, though. And for anybody who does not know this team, they knocked off Freedom Woodbridge. So a ton of talent on both sides of the ball.
Okay, who you got?
If you ask me who I got right now today, Alex, and this could change, I'm definitely going with this Battlefield squad. I look at this team and the offensive prowess that they play with, of course, led by Jonathan Walters. He's got that ball. He's a bit of a dual threat quarterback. He can throw it around to the myriad of weapons that he has out there. And if that breaks down, he can get it done with his feet also. So at the end of the day, Battlefield wins this game, remains undefeated, and goes into the playoffs hot.
Up next, big time rivalry in Prince George's County. Talking about the Wise Pumas and Eleanor Roosevelt. They will take on each other next week. Jaden Saray, a quarterback you've been high on all season long.
All season long, and for good reason, Alex. Jaden, of course, is that University of Maryland commit. He's going to be leading offenses here in the DMV for years to come. I said at the beginning of the year that he put up video game numbers, and he certainly led up to all of the hype. They take on this Roosevelt team, though. It's always an exciting game in PG County. The stands are going to be packed.
Who you like in this one?
I got to go with let me break this game down first. Eleanor Roosevelt, okay? When you look at it, again, 50 some odd points allowed all season long. They played Flowers very tough. They've looked good throughout the entire season. And coming into the last game of the season in Maryland, they're going to be upset-minded. They want to take down Wise. Wise has shown that they can be vulnerable, only beating Flowers by 1 point in a similar matchup as this. But Alex, when the chips are on the table, I go with the champions. Coach DeLon Parrish, we spoke about Jaden Saray, but you got to start talking about Nick McMillan. I told you that Dadrian Carter-Williams was going to have a big run for this Puma squad. Wise wins this game, goes into the playoffs hot, and watch out for Roll Pumas getting it done again.
Game of the week next week just might be back in the WCAC.
Sure. Yeah.
Good Counsel, powerhouse, coming down to the district to take on St. John's, powerhouse. St. John's coming off that huge win against rival DeMatha. Chad, how do you see this epic matchup?
Epic is the exact word to describe this game. Again, another top 10 matchup in the WCAC, a game with both regional as well as national implications to it. This Good Counsel team, a couple of weeks ago, their entire fortunes shifted. With Neo Avery, he was then the quarterback, moving to the defensive side of the ball. The offense has opened up. We see Frankie Weaver throwing the ball all over the field. Of course, he's got the dual-headed running back position in Dylan Jones, as well as Pepe Nelson.
Who does Chad like in this one?
I said that that Good Counsel defense was going to give St. John's problems, and it's for good reason. I got to tell you, I'm leaning heavy over here to the Falcons side, but Alex, when all of the chips are on the table, I got to go with the Cadets. The reason being, Wyatt Hagan in his senior year, he told us at the beginning of the year that he was on a mission to win it. You got Jamar Curtis, who is arguably the most talented running back in the entire district, but you've got receivers like DJ Lincolns. It's going to come down to that St. John's Cadets defense. Arturo Mattox, Rohan Davey, the Cadets get it done, knock off Good Counsel, and remain undefeated.
We have run out of time, Chad. Whew. Flies by.
Flies by.
Just like the fall season is flying by. Before we know it, it's playoff time.
Yes, sir.
Every Saturday, 11:30, WJLA, ABC7. Check us out, highdefhighschool.com. For Joe Ball, who got married this weekend, I'm Alex Parker. He's Chad Ricardo. Don't forget, YouTube, see us at High Def High School, on the website, highdefhighschool.com. All sorts of digital content for you as well. Chad, I will see you next week.
I will see you next week, brother.
Have a good one. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Congratulations, Joe Ball.